We're back at Combat Group, but first off I want to apologize to my YouTube family. We are so sorry that these last few episodes, as amazing as they were, and we hope you enjoy them, that we really haven't kept up with the fitness and food part of it the way we should have. Between filming the documentary in Bangkok, which took a lot of our time, then doing our visa run in Laos, and then our time in Phuket, which unfortunately Florian and I both got very sick. Florian, you came down with
With the dengue.
dengue. That's right. You came down with dengue, and I came down with the flu. It's really rough to keep up with the pretty much the work that we need to be doing. On the bright side, the flu did help me lose a lot of weight, but I strongly don't recommend to anybody to ever get the flu to lose weight. That's not a good idea. But now that I'm back on my feet, we need to get back on track, so we're going to go meet up with Barbara. We're going to weigh in. We're going to see what these numbers say. Hey Barbara.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well, but I heard you didn't was so well.
No, I was very, very
Yeah.
sick. But I'm not sick anymore. We
Yeah.
can hug. It's okay. Everything is good.
Yeah,
But
okay.
I'm doing better.
Yeah,
I'm doing better.
okay.
Yeah. Can we weigh in?
Of course. Let's
Okay.
go.
Do I need to take my shirt off for the scale?
Yes, we'll do
Okay,
better.
so we'll do that. And we'll just put it here. And we'll hop
Okay.
onto the scale. So how are the results?
You had pretty good result,
Okay.
despite what you did.
All right.
Yeah, no, I know that you try to do your best, and usually the first week when you're here are usually the hardest.
Yes.
Because your body needs to adjust to the training.
And I went through DOMS.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
You go through pain. You go through changing your usual habits because you maybe trained a little or nothing before. You eat bad, and here your body is under a kind of shock because
Yes.
you're eating healthy. You are training every day, constantly, maybe for.
Yeah. Some days are hard. Some days are. Some days I go really hard. Some days
Yeah.
I don't go as hard. you know?
Okay.
Let's show the
Okay,
YouTube
so-
family where we're at.
In terms of kilo,
Yes.
of total weight,
Okay.
you lost a good 9 kilo.
All
That is really good. But what happened is that in the weight loss process, usually when you lose body fat, you lose also muscle. So you had a 900 gram loss in the muscle. That is
Okay.
not much, also because you have quite a good amount of muscle. You have 38.5 kilo now of muscle, and
Okay.
so it's kind of normal to lose also some muscle in the process. The body fat that you lost in this time is 6.9 kilo. So
All right.
is
That's pretty good,
very
right?
good.
It's
yes.
very good then.
It's very good.
Okay.
Usually, our average is 7 kilo every 4 weeks of body
Okay.
fat loss.
But we're gonna push as hard as we can.
Yes, absolutely.
And I can't lie to you guys. I'm probably gonna fail here and there, and we won't hide it from you. And we'll see you guys.
And remember that I'm always here. So
Yes.
anytime you feel that you are lacking motivation,
Yeah.
or you need a support,
You
or you
come
need
kick
a
me.
slap, or
You
something.
kick me in the ass over there and get me
You-
moving. Okay, fair enough. I'll take you up on that. You can kick me in the ass anytime you
Yeah, it
want.
will be a pleasure.
Okay. All right. So from here, we're gonna go ahead and continue the rest of our day, and maybe I might do a workout, or
Absolutely,
maybe
yeah.
not. We'll see. We'll have.
No,
to-
maybe you will do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, there it is. That's what I'm looking for. All right, let's get going.
Okay, see you in the
All
gym.
right, thank you. I've been putting off this topic for some time. I didn't want to say anything incorrect or lead anyone down the wrong path. And then I was thinking about it since we've been shooting this show, and I came to the conclusion that if I spoke from the heart and just tell you what's on my mind, that hopefully we're not going to have too many haters out there. So I mentioned this before in the intro, the trailer for our show, that I am fighting depression. And it's been a difficult process, everything that we're doing, because depression doesn't just go away overnight, or if you change locations or you try to escape it, it's resonating from within. So today has been a difficult day. I didn't wake up and do pretty much anything. It was hard to get out of bed, and it's just difficult today. So I thought that maybe we should talk about it and how I've been trying to fight it. First off, there are all sorts of depressions and all sorts of people, and there isn't a single remedy that's going to fix everybody. And there are some cases where it's so significant that you need to seek medical help and medication. However, I fell into this depression because I put myself kind of into it. As I gained weight and lost control of this challenge that I put myself through, I fell further and further into this black hole. And I believe that depression is a sign to tell you that something needs to be changed. And if you, in my opinion, don't go through these steps on trying to fix it on your own, then jumping straight to medication may not be the wisest decision. However, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychiatrist. I just believe that it's a way for the body to say change is necessary. So, let's just first talk about depression as a whole. 1 out of 10 adults suffer from depression. It's a common thing. And I noticed that as I started doing the show and talking to people and meeting people outside and telling them my story, to my surprise, they're going through something very similar. They fought depression or they're in depression, and they opened up, which was very interesting because in my case, and I'm sure in a lot of cases, that when you are depressed, you feel like you're isolated. You're on this remote island in the middle of nowhere, and you can't see anyone, and you're just lost and alone. But as I started talking about it and meeting new people and opening up, that's key, you open up, I'm not isolated at all. In fact, I just had my eyes closed the entire time. And when I started opening them, I realized there are people around me suffering as well. And we kind of just joined forces and shared each other's experiences and the battle that they're going through and the battle that I'm going through. And it made me feel good in that moment. And it made me feel a little stronger. So first things first, if you're fighting with depression, open up, talk about it. This topic is so taboo. Wherever you go, it's hush hush, sweep it under the rug. You know, you're sick, there's something wrong with you. It's not true, man. It's not true at all. If you're fighting depression, open up and talk about it, and you will find help. So as I was falling into depression, the thing that I noticed for myself was self-loathing, the negativity. And negativity, by the way, is an unneeded weight. Not only was I gaining physically, I was getting fatter. I was also gaining the negativity weight aspect of it. It was pushing me down. So the second thing you start doing is recognize the negative thoughts that's resonating in your head, that voice that you keep hearing. Recognize it and counteract it. Be logical about it, right? A lot of those thoughts that were going through my head was, you're worthless, this was a stupid idea, you're good for nothing. It was hard, it was negative. When I started recognizing that voice, you need to counteract it. You need to find a positive to the negative, the yin to the yang. And it's hard to do, I know it is, but you need to try. So find that silver lining and yell it as loud as you can internally, or just vocalize it if you want, just yell it. Be grateful for what you have. It's very important to be grateful. If you can wake up in the morning, be grateful that you woke up in the morning, that you have a second chance. That's important, okay? And if you have that second chance, you can make a difference in that day. If you can get out of bed, be grateful that you can get out of bed, that you have that ability to. So find the silver lining in the day, in your actions, and recognize that to counteract all the negativity that you're going through. Another good thing to keep in mind is that you need to also reward yourself for the goals that you've accomplished. depression is serious, and what it did for me, what it's doing to me, is that it's not allowing me to recognize my achievements. And if you're also suffering from that, or realizing that you're one of those people as well, you need to find a way to recognize the achievement that you've done, the goal that you've accomplished, and reward yourself. And it doesn't have to be a huge cake or a vacation to God knows where. It could be just the idea of recognizing that you did something. You did it, all right? And make sure that you take the time to soak in that recognition, because that's gonna help you be just a little bit happier with yourself. For me, I wasn't happy with myself at all. And if I did anything worthwhile and somebody gave me a compliment, I wasn't able to accept that compliment, because I'll be like, no, I did nothing. It was worthless. I could have done better. But stop yourself from putting yourself down and say, yes, I did do that. And it could be a small accomplishment. It could be a tiny goal. When I first started trying to fight the depression after I gained all the weight, the first goal was to just get out of bed. Because I didn't want to leave my room. I didn't want to leave my house. I was a recluse. Keep the lights off. Order food in. I didn't want to see anybody. I didn't want to talk to anybody. So my first goal was just to get out of bed and take a shower and feel like a human. I still didn't leave the house though. And a week after that was, let's try to get out of the house. Let's see if I can just get the mail. I was in a bad place, but I recognized the goals, those small, tiny steps forward in the right direction. You're gonna find yourself getting your groceries, or you're gonna find yourself picking up your dry cleaning. You're gonna find yourself further and further and a little bit better than you were yesterday. People who are suffering from depression have smaller hippocampuses in the brain. And that is the part of the brain that deals with your mood. So as you exercise, it helps grow those connections and grow the hippocampus. And now you're able to fight depression a little bit more, it'll become a little bit easier, but you're going in the direction that you need to be going. And a good way to achieve these goals is that you make the goals achievable. You're not gonna tell yourself, I gotta lose 50 pounds, or I gotta run 5 miles today. How are you gonna be able to achieve these goals if you were in the same situation I was, where I couldn't even get out of bed? No, instead of I gotta lose the 50 pounds, say I gotta lose a pound this week. I'm gonna go ahead and cut all soda. Or instead of 5 miles, I'm just gonna do a lap around the block once. And reward yourself for the goals that you've achieved. And step by step, you'll find yourself where you wanna be, or a little closer to becoming better tomorrow. But you gotta start somewhere. You gotta start now. If you procrastinate, then there's no reason why you won't procrastinate the next time, and so on. So today, I had a rough day. I'm not feeling myself, and depression is kicking a little harder, and I'm going to allow myself to feel it. I'm not gonna suppress it. Today I'm going to take an off day and try to reevaluate what's going on. I'm not gonna carry on these negative thoughts and the feeling I have to tomorrow. Tomorrow's a new day, it's a clean slate. I'm gonna start fresh and I'm gonna move forward. And if you guys have any suggestions or any tips or tricks, or if you're fighting depression like I am, go ahead, leave a comment below. Tell me what you're thinking and all that stuff, and we can start a conversation. I'd love to hear your ideas. So I know I said I wasn't gonna do anything, and honestly, I really wasn't gonna do anything. I didn't wanna come to the gym, I didn't wanna exercise, but after telling you guys some of the key elements on fighting depression, on pushing yourself, on getting out of that black hole, it took me about an hour for that to resonate and fight with myself and just try to win the battle of getting out of my room, which is steps away from the gym, and get in here. And I tell you what, as hard as that battle was, which I know is difficult, but once I got in the gym and I started just jogging just a little bit, that fog, that haze, that pressure that you feel, that burden kind of lightens a little bit, and I feel better. I honestly feel better sweating. I feel better in this place. I feel better moving. So I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not trying to force you to do anything. I'm just trying to show you by using myself as a guinea pig and show you that it does work. And if you don't believe me, get up, go do something, push yourself. Moon, push yourself, and leave a comment below. Tell me your honest feelings. If you felt different doing a quick lap around your block, or cleaning the house, or doing a load of laundry or something that you didn't want to do, tell me if you feel better after doing it. And we'll go from there, all right? On the next episode of Alive Again.
So this temple was built in 1981. It's still not finished. There is some people working every day to make some new piece of wood.
All right, we're gonna hop in the gym. We're gonna do some yoga. Let's tag on, all right? The only thing I can say is challenging.